And now, our feature presentation. Hey guys, I'm Scarfy.
I'm Naka.
And I am Krüz.
And welcome to Subwoofer Entertainment Treehouse, a determinedly drunk, geeky, and cheerful podcast where wolves, we house in a tree and we entertain, bringing you all the latest entertainment news. Set's a lot like a music appreciation class. We talk about what's going on in certain topics and see how people react to them in certain ways. That song that you were listening to was Windwaker Unplugged by FreddeGredde. I have to say, probably one of the best renditions of the Windwaker title theme I have ever heard in my entire life. There is a video of how he, there is a video on YouTube that you can just look up if you guys are really interested in that. Guys, it's been 2 weeks. How have you guys been? It's finally good to get back into the groove of things. How are you? How is life?
It's official. I'm going to be graduating high school.
Yay!
Touchdown!
Thank God.
Oh, yes. And how about you, Krüz?
Well, I came down with terrible neck pain, but I got drugs, so that's good.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm pretty sure
420 happened.
By the way, by the way, 420 happened, and dude, like, no.
The cannabis set you free.
Yeah.
No, it's weird. There was the thing that happened in France that day. Turns out there was some gang activity or something in Seattle that ended up with somebody shooting 2 police officers. The police officers are fine.
Yeah.
That was the best thing to come out of it. And then they ran into a federal building right around on the same block because they robbed a 7-Eleven or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And at least one of the suspects is dead, but on 420 of all days.
By the way, if you guys are hearing that, Krüz has drugs, it's not really, the drugs you're thinking of. It's prescription medication, even though
It's not fucking. God, we saw in the Baltimore subway today. There's a thing for a study, and it's for people. It's supposed to be observing something about people who do cocaine, and it says, "Do you do cocaine?
Do you do
Really?
cocaine? No.
I'm not even. I do have a question though. In the state of Washington, is the magical leaf legal or no?
Dude, it was one of the first states for it to go legal. It was Colorado, then Washington, then Oregon, and now like 12 other states. Well, more like 6 for recreational.
Well, California is now one of them, and
I think
Not-
Massachusetts and Florida.
All but like 6 states have at least some sort of marijuana.
I think DC too. Yeah, just DC.
yeah, but we're not here to discuss. We're not here to talk about magical leaf. We're here to talk about life. I'm just gonna say this right now. Yesterday, I finished shooting my 1 minute film yesterday, and now I have to edit to actually equal 1 minute. I can't believe it took me that long. I had to make sure that I ended up with 13 minutes of footage. I had to convert it down to 8, and unfortunately, I lost some takes that I really, really liked. But
Uber.
I care more about my grade more than I care about the quality of the film. So you do know how that is, and
I do
yeah,
know
you
how
know,
that is, because I'm in high school.
yeah. So anyway, guys,
Best part about it is once I get to leave, I can actually get a job somewhere I like.
mhm.
Because well, I mean, I'm working good hours at Arby's. By the way, I do have some insider information, but I think I could get fired if I actually explain it. So I'm not going to. But what I can tell you, what I can
Well,
tell
you're not
you,
at McDonald's. You're not going to leak the Szechuan sauce if that is indeed coming back.
I have no idea. But what I can tell you is that the mint shakes are out, and
Mhm.
that orange cream shakes are coming back.
Oh, for Arby's. I don't know
Yes,
where I
for-
got Wendy's from.
Well, I mean,
It's for-
I did have Arby's for dinner yesterday, and I also had Wendy's for lunch yesterday because I got paid yesterday.
Oh, you're very happy that you got paid, aren't you?
Oh my god. Now
Yeah,
I got to save up to apply for a car loan in the next few months
Oh, wow. Well,
because I'm going to be getting something. Because because my dad's offered me his car, and the only reason why I'm turning it down is because if one thing goes wrong, it'll be like $1,000 because it's a BMW and it's European and it's super expensive to even fix.
right.
When he's like,
So,
I was still gonna have to get a car loan anyway, Dad. He's like, we're gonna have to figure out how you're gonna pay for a car. And I'm like, get a car loan and get a job. That. I was like, Dad, we've already talked about this. If I was gonna get your car, it wouldn't be that much different if I was getting somebody else's car.
yeah, I do have to say one thing.
Speaking of new stuff,
Yeah, speaking of new stuff, but we'll get to that in just a few minutes. But I want to talk about something.
Uh-huh.
I don't mean to bring up drama here. In fact,
Drama Alert Nation.
Yeah, we have said
Let's get right.
we
End of the
upset do not like to talk about drama at all. But I do have to say the whole furry raiders with the whole RMFC closing. I mean, that's just.
I haven't been paying attention to that at all.
Here's the thing: it's an artificial issue that's been blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
like
also
most things that
most of the threats are actually not from the Raiders, but against the Raiders. If you can actually believe that. So
Actually, funny, a local high school was closed down. They closed on Friday because apparently
Because
they
of
have
it.
super high drug use, and there were apparently threats to the school. So they just closed down. And it was like, well then.
It's just really sad that to see another rotten apple spoil the barrel, whatever but the problem is that I don't even know what that rotten apple is.
Apparently that rotten apple was tax evasion.
No, I mean
that's what they got nicked for.
No, I mean they said that they brought some members of the community brought it up took it upon themselves to bring in external influences of hate, intolerance, and stubborn refusal to compromise. And
Because people are buttholes.
Pretty much. And this community is not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be very open, very happy, very, very loving,
super tolerant. Like, yeah,
except for
tolerant.
those elitist people that like to shun the ones like us because we don't have like 2,500 followers on Twitter. Shut the fuck up.
It's like it's like I'm open-minded and tolerant, except for anyone who disagrees with me on a political stance. Yeah, like
I can disagree with you on a political stance, and then we can have an adult discussion about it.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't have to deal with any of that. But it is sad. It is sad to see that RFC closed due to tax evasion. I thought it was closed due to. I might be thinking of something else. That's something other for con. Unless I'm thinking of the same one. Well,
you're probably thinking of the same one.
Probably, but why are people saying tax evasion closed it when I heard it was...
That's what they actually got busted for.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Pretty sure.
Interesting.
That was what... I think that was the nail in the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully...
You're right about being a tax-exempt organization, and most of the Raider stuff is not even true.
Yeah, it's like Rolling Stone is fucking garbage. They make HuffPo look moderate. It's like, does the Fury fandom have a Nazi problem?
No.
1, they're not real Nazis. 2, they're an extreme minority. And 3, it's an artificial issue that you're trying to blow up just to keep people distracted.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the research. I do appreciate that. But yeah, I do. It is sad to see another con, go due to idiocracy. It's probably the same thing that happened to Rainforest.
No, what happened to Rainforest was all caused by people who were at the con.
Yeah.
It wasn't caused by the people running it.
Oh.
People just spilling all this shit in the hotel.
No.
Breaking literally all the rules. Which means I couldn't get to
At
go
least-
the first time. I was like, it's like, oh hey, I could drive myself here, and I can get registered and everything, and oh, it's closed.
Yeah. Anyway.
Goddamn.
Anyway. Well, we are not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about something that is entertainment related, and clearly that is not entertainment. That is total gossip, and we are not people of gossip. So I have something special that I would like to mention before we get into the agenda. Before we start, we do need to make a public shout out to Sam Edinine on Twitter, who gave Subwoofer Entertainment a fresh coat of paint with a brand new icon. It looks very gorgeous. I absolutely love it. What do you guys think? Team, chat, I mean, look at that. Look at that.
Would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that?
Alright, there we go. It's now up on the screen. I had to copy and paste the stuff over and then move it over because that's the way magic works when it comes to OBS Studio.
Yes, indeed.
But there it is, in all of its fine glory.
And what do you guys have to say regarding that beautiful thing?
Put all the icons inside the Paul logo itself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like it's a texture. It's a tiled.
Yeah, that's a film. That's a film thingy. A film reel, whatever that is. So.
Oh, baby.
But what do you think? But what do you think?
Baby, a triple.
But what do you guys think? Doesn't that look pretty?
Better than anything I could have made.
By the way, do you know how much that cost?
$50.
No, $30.
$100.
Doesn't that look really? Doesn't that look awesome? Like I decided I wanted to keep it fresh and original, and my idea was that I wanted set to kind of have like we were gonna have the video game controller and the 35mm film spell out S.E.T, and then this kind of fell into place, and I was realized, you know what? No, this is
a little too much going on.
That'd be a little too much going on, and you know what? This is perfect. I really do enjoy it, and I have to say, like, $30 for that is a pretty bit of a steep price. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes,
but it is well made. I really do like it. I love it a lot, and let's get back to our original slide. So
Yes.
so yeah, I'm glad you guys like it. What do you like most about it, Naka?
The fact that it's sort of like what I based it off of originally, sort of,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just made much better. Because
So
I'll be
it was-
honest, I'm not, I'm not an artist when it comes to it's like, oh, we're gonna make a pretty logo. I do the, I'm the one that makes magic happen with videos. In fact, earlier today I was working on just a meme-related video that's gonna go up on my channel within the next few days. In fact, even tonight, probably after this, when I'm working on my English homework. It's relatively short, but I
Yeah.
Yeah.
But $30, that's a pretty good price. I'm not gonna lie. Don't you think that's a good price?
I mean, that thing's gonna last for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Years.
But anyway, I have stalled on long enough. We have a lot on our plate tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Why don't we get started with Krüz with music?
Yet again, I've managed to find a way to fit KoRn in here somewhere. This is kind of big news. Well, it's unusual at least. KoRn, Metallica's son, Metallica's bass player Robert Trujillo, his 12-year-old son is filling in for Fieldy on their South American tour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you read that right. It's Rob Trujillo's 12-year-old son Ty, who has his own band called the Helmets, not to be confused with Helmet.
Mm-hmm.
It would be filling in for Fieldy, who is unable to attend, I think due to personal reasons or some other conflict. But he will be back with them for their North American tour. There are some clips up on YouTube of Ty playing with the band, and he's done a pretty damn good job filling in for him. He's got skills to pay the bills. Talk about hitting the big time.
Yeah, I was actually talking to the guy I'm going to the Metallica concert with in August. I was talking with him because he's a family friend when I came home from work last Saturday, and he was just like, "That's crazy." He couldn't believe it when he heard it.
Mm-hmm.
You see like this little kid with like a large bass guitar, and he's just going ham.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he like? I'm kind of trying to wonder: is that kid really gonna play those fast, rhythmic drum beats? I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Not the drums, but they do have a percussive bass, to say the least.
Oh, bass! I don't know where I got drums from. I'm so dumb. Sorry. Well, bass is just as hard as guitar, so I mean,
depends on what style you're going for, I guess. Like with Fieldy's style, it's a lot of slap bass and a lot of stuff like that. I mean, it looks like he's tiny, but he plays it well.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing.
The dude's 12.
Yeah, the dude.
12.
You could pretty much put him in a School of Rock film adaptation, and he would probably be in it.
Mm-hmm. Like, I will say, when I was 12, I was playing the alto saxophone.
I had just started playing guitar around like when I was 11. So
my parents bought me a guitar, and I never got into it. Mine was writing and doing everything I can to make sure that my life was right on track, and I will have to say it is pretty cool to see this a Metallica bassist put his son in a band where a lot of your expectations going to be held high with him? Is he going to be able to play pretty heavy bass tunes? Because it does take a lot of practice to do bass, as long as you're not playing bass on a one guitar string from the Coming Out of Their Shells tour from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
or Jared Dine's Gent Shovel. That's great.
I don't know where I got drums from though, but bass is a pretty good lineup. So I will have to say, I hope he does well, and that's
he's
all I
going
have to say.
to. It's Rob's
he's
son.
going to.
There's like from the few clips I've seen, it's pretty solid. It's noticeable that he's like out of place there, but it sounds just the same. Anyway, so
yep.
we have more stuff in Metallica. This is just a little thing. Metallica's Hardwired to Self-Destruct has gone platinum in the US, confirmed. While this may not come as a surprise, Metallica being Metallica, what may shock you is that every Metallica studio album, except for Lulu, which we don't talk about ever, has reached or surpassed platinum status. No, and this now includes digital sales, not just physical copies. Despite declining album sales with the rise of music streaming services, Metallica still puts up big numbers. And I'm looking forward to seeing them live on May 10th in my hometown, Baltimore, Maryland.
August 9th, Seattle.
I don't want to work. I want to pound on the drums all day. There's so many different ways you can say that phrase and interpret that phrase, but I'm just going to go with the literal term.
Freaky alien genotype.
Yeah, I honestly don't really... I'm not a drummer. I just don't know where I got drums from is all. But anyway, Metallica, wow, I can't believe it's going platinum in the US. That is pretty damn amazing. And you're very, very excited to see them in Baltimore, aren't you, Krüz?
Indeed, I am. Hola, Seattle.
But that's all I have to say about Metallica.
It doesn't surprise me.
It really doesn't. Yeah, it really doesn't. The fact that Metallica has waited this long to release their album, they already have it, and they're doing what they always wanted to do best. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, seeing as how I hear at least one song on the radio every single day.
From Metallica?
Yes.
Did they ever play Master of Puppets?
Oh yeah, they play Master of Puppets all the time. It's in like every single radio station's song rotation.
Yeah. They played like For Whom the Bell Tolls like at least 2 times at the AO's game earlier today.
I do like Atlas Rise. By the way, we don't mean to get off topic regarding Metallica, but I introduced
We're getting to
Krüz,
that, Felix. Don't worry.
Yeah, I introduced Krüz to Ferocity Radio, and I think he's a hardcore fan now.
I enjoy it quite much. I'm gonna have I haven't listened to it recently. It's been on the move a lot, but I guess when I'm down working at my essay, I'm probably gonna listen in on it. So I got a lot of essay to write.
Yeah, but that's all I have to say regarding Metallica winning platinum status. I mean, it was kind of already meant to be. So
it's like that's what doesn't come as a surprise. But what I didn't know is that every single album, and I'm pretty sure that includes Saint Anger, though. I mean,
of course it would include Saint Anger.
I mean that was better than Lulu. Lulu was just bad. It was just bad. But anyway, we're getting to better stuff. Bang the drums. So we got 2 short things up. So I've already told you about these albums coming up, but there's some new songs coming out from these. And the first one is Seether, Nothing Left, coming up from Poison the Parish. And I would say when I heard the opening riff, Seether said they're coming back heavier, and they fucking meant it. I'm pretty sure it's the heaviest Seether's sounded since Karma in Defect. And the album is out on May 12th. I'm personally very excited.
Of course, it's Seether.
Yeah, I have nothing against Seether. I was trying to listen to it and trying to find something into it, but I'm actually more interested in the next one that Krüz is going to introduce. But Seether. But as for Seether, it's a pretty good. I do like it when it just starts with his voice, and then that's when it kind of kicks in with instruments. I do kind of like that type of natural voice. What do you think, Naka?
Well, seeing as how Burnout Paradise introduced me to Seether, I like Seether. That's all I can say, is that video games has actually introduced me into a lot of music.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I may just use a song from the Burnout 3 soundtrack for next week. Shh, that's a spoiler alert.
Secrets.
I'm not going to tell
But
you which
yeah.
one. There's 44 songs on that official soundtrack.
Yeah, they'll narrow it down.
Somebody will narrow it down.
What Scarface was hinting at, and what Felix is excited for, is DragonForce! The Curse of Darkness.
I'm not gonna lie, this
Marc
is
Hudson.
great.
Marc Hudson with some growls in his vocals. I was shocked and amazed to hear that. Traditionally, he's not been as much of a
Rageaholic.
like I don't know, but like ZP was a more abrasive scream sometimes, than whereas Mark is a more clean screamer. To see him just go through that straight shouting himself, and not like The Game, that song where Matt Heafy of Trivium was doing the backing vocals, but that Mark is doing it himself. That's a new thing for DragonForce, and I'm glad that they're continuing to experiment and do some innovative style, innovative for them things. I don't know, things like I don't know.
I was listening.
They've changed.
Oh, go
they've
ahead.
changed a lot since the DP left. That's what I mean by innovative. Like they've experimented a lot.
All right, Scarfy, before we go
album
on...
album is out May 19th.
Scarfy, before we go on, I just want to say, Angel, because of that Burnout 3 video you put out the other day, because from that stream, I've been playing a lot more Burnout Legends, and I actually got the entire Burnout 3 soundtrack just the other day, and I'm reorganizing it into my music playlists.
Oh, you really enjoy it?
Oh yeah, Burnout 3 is one of my favorite games of all time.
By the way, do you play Overwatch?
No.
You should get it. Overwatch is really good.
But I have TF2.
Yeah, but Overwatch is better.
I had to choose between
fire.
that or Doom, and I'm like, Doom.
I will take Doom over,
Better soundtrack. It won best soundtrack of the year for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
Because of Mick fucking Gordon.
That, and I
Alright.
mean, knee-deep in the doot. Anyway, we're off
The doot.
topic.
Yeah, DragonForce. I was listening to this and I was looking at the comment section, and everyone says that this sounded like a song to be put into a Konami Castlevania game. Except we don't talk about Konami anymore because they're shit, and But I do see this song actually working in a Castlevania game called Castlevania Curse of Darkness. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it actually sounds like that.
Mm-hmm. Nah, they'll just put in the Red Action version of Simon's Quest.
Yeah, probably. But what do you think, Krüz?
You mean
I
maybe?
mean,
Well, Krüz, Naka. Well, Naka.
Krüz,
What do you think? What do you think, Naka?
which one?
Naka.
Okay.
Well, it's more DragonForce, and whenever they're going to make another stop in Seattle, I'm buying tickets immediately. I don't care what kind of financial status I'm in, which is most likely going to be a good financial status, so I don't have to worry.
Yeah.
But I will literally cut class and
I
skip
know they're
work
coming.
that day
I know they're coming to
just so,
DC.
just so I can see
They're
them.
coming to. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see it. But yeah. What do I think of Judgment Day? I liked the. It reminded me a bit of Defenders from Maximum Overload. I kind of like the intro, and I was like,
Gordon did music for Need for Speed.
Rip.
Krüz Naka Krüz.
Sorry.
Naka Krüz.
Yeah.
Are we shipping? Are we shipping that? Let the
It's-
shipping begin.
It's purely mutual.
Yeah, it is. yeah. There's no. Don't worry, guys. There's no love affair going on between Krüz or Naka.
This isn't a love triangle or anything.
I said love affair, not love triangle, but
Oh, fun fact. So, Angel, aka RacerX NFS, his Twitter handle actually got stolen for Need for Speed 2015.
Stolen.
Really?
Yeah, no, seriously.
So,
There's a character in.
Well, that's how they.
There's a character in Need for Speed 2015 named Spike, and his in-game handle is @SuperSpeedSpike. And it was stolen from @SuperSpeedAngel or SuperSpeedChris, whatever. I forget his Twitter handle, but I just know that it was I just know that it was stolen because you've told me, and Fuckboy 5000 go suck a fat one. Though we did have an event named after it. So that's something to make up for it. Anyway.
Well, that was a great story.
Anyway, enough shouting about my friends. I think we need to move on because we've got Pack Show.
Yep. Next, we have All That Remains. Madness. New England-based metalcore band. Suck that, Bruins! All That Remains will be releasing the 8th studio album, simply titled Madness, on April 28th. The song Louder, the first one I found, has been linked. There's also the title track and Halo, Safe House. Right now, or no, I didn't say right now. What the fuck? I didn't write that down. No! Okay, now, this isn't a band I've really listened to that much at all. I just heard of them. But I think it's solid, tried and true metal, like tight metalcore formula right here. It's not too, it's not too scene sounding, like, fucking Pierce the Veil or any of that shit. But they're all right. They're all right. I could dig it.
I was listening to them. They sound like a very, metal band that's trying to make it big, and they seem to be making it big, but it's not something that is just, it doesn't really interest me as much as other metal bands do. And I don't know why.
I mean, it's metalcore.
I mean, it is metalcore, but I just feel like there has to be more than that to make an actual metal band.
That's the thing in metalcore. It's more like it's a bit weird, as it's more punk leaning than metal. It's more like skate punk type stuff. Like if you list like A Day to Remember, what are the other ones? All Time Low. Those are more like they're closer to pop punk more or less than metal, but they're still heavier than pop punk.
Don't even mention pop punk.
Fuck you. I like Green Day.
Green Day is not pop punk.
Yeah, they are. It's
not really.
Spoiler
their
alert.
text. Yes, they are right along with Blink-182 and Weezer.
All right, well.
Yeah.
By the way, every time I hear Radiohead, Creep by Radiohead, I can't listen to it. It's so unbearable. Ever since I got spoiled by a metal cover of that song, I can't listen to the original.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Very nice.
Oh, it is pop punk. Well, never mind.
All right, there's some delicious fruit in this next band. There is some very delicious fruit.
Well,
it goes good in juice.
Well, to be honest, I actually before we get started, I actually showed Krüz a video that this band made a while back, and I'm not too sure if he listened to it, and I'm hoping he did because it's a very, very classical song that plays on the radio quite often. Did you watch it, Krüz?
Oh, the Cranberries thing. I don't think I was able to. I forgot. I think I forgot to. But but next, see, I told you, Zach. That's me.
Fruit.
Next thing, the Cranberries. Something else. The Irish alt-rock band, the Cranberries. Majira, is that you?
Why do you say Majira?
Because apparently he's a cranberry. He's been lying to us.
Oh, I thought. Well, so that makes Cody the real strawberry fox. I get it.
Probably. Or he at least has a claim to the throne, or whatever. But the Cranberries will be releasing their 7th studio album, Something Else, on April 28th. So far, Why, which has been linked, and Linger are available. Both of which are acoustic songs. This mellow rock that has not sold its soul to the pop mainstream and fails to be boring at the same time. So,
Personally,
it's just kind of nice background music, I guess.
Personally, I prefer Sugar Cult and Alkaline Trio, but I don't give a pass on these guys.
Wait, are you giving a pass or you're not giving a pass?
I'm not giving a pass on these guys. Like, I will listen to them if it comes up in a playlist. That's what I mean.
Okay. I do have to send you the classic song that appears on the radio more often or not, because I'm not too sure if you know what song I'm talking about.
I probably don't.
All right. Well, I'll definitely send
And
you.
before it's Smooth by Santana.
It's not Smooth by Santana, okay? I remember my father really liking that song for some reason. Ugh. Yeah.
Santana's the man.
He's all right. Well, the Cranberries. I was listening to this song, and they kind of do sound, just as similar as they did, back in the 80s, early 90s. I'm surprised they're still around, and I'm surprised they're still making music. So that's pretty cool that they are, trying to do something very, very, very pretty cool, I guess. But I just prefer their old work than I do prefer their new work. Sadly, I guess you can just say I'm a classicist, but that's just
classicist.
Well, it's a word that I kind of learned from my tiny bit racist grandparents, even though I do love my grandparents very much. And
my favorite word is spaghettification. And that's a real word.
You know what my favorite word is?
What happens to you when you fall into a black hole and the gravity is exponentially increasing and it just stretches you out?
You know what my favorite word is? And don't say it to a gay guy unless it's me. Emasculate.
I thought you were going to say, it's like, my favorite word is faggot.
No. Just say, to say go emasculate yourself to another gay person, that is like a huge insult.
That is the herps.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And I'm just so in love with that insult, even though it feels so good to say something like that, even though it's probably one of the most cruelest thing you can ever say to another person, but only if they deserve it. But
it's the literal definition of the herps.
No. It's when they it's when they go underneath and they do a little snippy, but I'm not going to go into detail of actually what
this
it is.
brings terrible. This brings back terrible realgore.com flashbacks. Don't go there.
Yeah. Anyway,
are you talking about a vasectomy or a circumcision?
Something worse.
Something worse, but we're not going to go into detail about that.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What do you think, Naka, about the Cranberries?
Like I said, they're all right. I do prefer Sugar Cult and the Alkaline Trio, but if they come up on the radio, I'm not just going to immediately change. Just be like, no.
It's nice.
And Jimmy's probably laughing out of his chair.
Oh my god!
What did you do? What did you do?
Sorry for being late. Got into an argument with the wolf because I told him the movie Bad Mood and the Howling 1, 2, and 3 were overrated, and it's.
Well, you have a right to your opinion, even though you're fucking wrong.
Yeah, don't say that. Do not say that to Shutterwolf. He will maul you like there's no tomorrow.
Oh shit! We're gonna have a fight here.
Fight!
We got some drama right here.
But anyway,
Nation.
Naka, did you already say what you had to say about the Cranberries? Or
yes, like 3 times.
Yeah. We don't have a whole ton. Well, actually, sort of do, but I don't know.
Anyway,
the next thing, something you probably all know about already. Are you ready to feel good? That's right. The Gorillas are back. The world's greatest virtual electronic / alt rock band, created by the minds of Damon Albarn and Jamie Hewlett, released their 5th studio album, Humanz, as Humanz with a Z, double the E, double the Y, double the Z, double the flavor, on April 28th. It's been 7 years since the band's last studio album, The Fall, allegedly made using pretty much just an iPad. Yeah, and it's apparently true. Yep. It's pretty. That's pretty like simple, stripped down electronica stuff. So I can believe it. Anyway, Andromeda featuring DRAM. I don't know who any of the featured people are. Has been linked, and there are already various remixes of that. One of which is by Bauer, the guy who made that Ye Olden Harlem Shake song. Ascension
that guy.
featuring Ascension featuring Vince Staples. Saturn's Bars featuring Pop Can. And Let Me Out featuring Mavis Staples. Wonder if that person's related to Vince Staples. And Pusha T. And We Got the Power featuring Jenny Beth.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. Are already available. If you want more Gorillaz, I'm not a... Well, I used to like them a lot. I kind of fell out with them. And then, I can dig it. I'm a pretty decent fan. I can appreciate more classic electronic music that doesn't really get too much like Black Eyed Peas type stuff. Like the Gorillaz actually know how to, keep it. They know how to keep their character, the weird, kind of cartoony character. I don't know. I mean, Gorillaz, man, it speaks for itself.
I can't believe Gorillaz is still actually playing. I would think I haven't really heard from him or anything like that, and I'm pretty surprised they're still playing. Granted,
it's just two guys.
Granted, I would listen to something like Daft Punk over these guys, but I will have to say what they did is actually pretty damn impressive. I
wouldn't be surprised if Gorillaz and Daft Punk would eventually do a collab at some point in the future. I'd like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
No, we are not making werefoxes. That is a monstrosity to our kind.
A werehog. Excuse me. The werehog.
Yeah. It's a disgrace. You wannabes.
Well, I didn't actually have to watch the video that was provided because I was watching one of my friends, Rhino GT4. That's a shameless plug, by the way. You should go subscribe to him on YouTube and follow him on Twitch and on Twitter.
Go subscribe.
But he was playing some of the new Gorilla stuff on stream, and it was actually pretty good. I like it, but I can always appreciate it, but I prefer the remixes of Feel Good Inc. and Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I liked it more.
There are remixes out there that are very good.
I like that they have the old hip-hop style sometimes still going on, especially in their older stuff. Like 2000, Clint Eastwood, Feel Good Inc., Kids with Guns, and all that stuff. But yeah, they're still doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're wondering why it's called Humanz or what that means, the characters, 2D, Noodle, and I forget the other two.
Russell.
Russell's
the drummer.
And then what's the bass player?
Murdoch.
What's his face? Fucking Murdoch, yeah. They're all more sort of cartoony, humanized. So that's what that looks like. Anyway, time to move on and take up a shitload of time, actually.
Jesus Christ.
I was born in a small town. John Mellencamp
it's a well-known fan.
Clowns and Hillbillies.
Oh, Krüz.
What the? What?
Just continue.
What? American heartland rock. It's a genre which of artists like Bruce Springsteen, Bob Seger, and Tom Petty. You kind of get the idea of heartland rock. Singer-songwriter John Mellencamp will release his 23rd studio album, which is a bit of an interesting title. Sad Clowns and Hillbillies. So far, it appears only one song is available, Grandview, featuring country singer Martina McBride. Not bad. Not something I really... I don't know. I can tolerate this. Classic heartland rock. I mean, I'm not a huge Springsteen fan either. And neither is my dad, because my dad thinks his opinion on Springsteen is like, he can write great songs, but he can't sing for his life. Which I kind of agree with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically where I am. It's like, not terribly into it, but hey, it's classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's a fair chance. Anything? Or are you're just all bored with that already?
All right, I will have to say, you mentioned Bob Seger. And eventually, when my dad listens to this, I don't remember the full details of the story, but this was sometime in the 90s, where he was with family friends, and they were drinking beers. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. And my dad gets up and says it's a well-known fan. One of the family friends just like.
I'm sorry.
It's a well-known fan.
I just realized.
What?
I just realized I wrote a stupid.
What the fuck?
What?
You just read his thing.
I tried to write that to make sense.
I think you have committed a Freudian slip there, my friend.
I am so dumb.
Yes, you are. Anyway, I'm going to continue with my story. So, my dad's just like, it's a well-known fan, and somebody else just like, and I'm not going to actually say his name because my dad will probably get mad at me, even though his name is pretty common. It's like, ding ding, just sit down. And he's like, it's a well-known fan that Bob Seger has sung with Creedence Clearwater Revival, and there's still refuting evidence about it to this day. It doesn't come up that often, but my dad's still trying to prove it.
Did they meet? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they did cross paths at some point, but I don't know if they actually performed together. Maybe it might have been.
That's what happens. Whenever I just see Bob Seger, that's what I think of. It's a well-known fan.
It's a well-known fan. And then,
well-known fan.
oh god.
Anyway, yeah.
I feel like Scarfy. I feel like that would be the name of some GIF video.
I can't believe
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yes.
Thank God your dad doesn't know what that means.
I can't. Yeah, I can't deny it. Anyway, John Mellencamp.
Now that I think about it, there probably is something with that name.
I don't.
Well, he does! Oh shit! What do you mean he does? He shouldn't. It's impossible. Yeah, well, just there's some things that we say that you should ignore. It's kind of like do what we say, not what we do.
Like, no, you don't understand. I meant to write it down, and I accidentally wrote in and not and.
Autocorrect, you bitch.
But anyway.
Let's turn the page here.
Wait, hold on. John, I have one more thing to say about John Mellencamp. Yeah, I tried listening to John Mellencamp, but it sounded too much like country, so we can move on.
Yeah. It's kind of like, with Martina McBride there, and kind of added that, but there's a little bit of a difference. There's less twang in it, and it's more just like,
it's
you think of Glory, kind of like folk rock, but a little more, rockish. Just think of Glory Days by Springsteen, or like, I don't know, maybe Turn the Page, like in the Metallica cover. That is fucking wonderful. But yeah, next we have Mary J. Blige, The Strength of a Woman. Seeing as she's from the Bronx, this album title seems fitting. This will be the R&B singer's lucky 13th studio album, and will be released on April 28th. Not really interested in this kind of music, but it's not as bad as most of the mainstream bullshit that's supposed to pass for music. So, I mean, I'm not going to pass too much judgment too harshly.
Yeah, sadly, I was trying to get into it, but it just doesn't. It's no Alicia Keys. It can't really top that.
It's R&B. It's moving on.
Well, I mean, I would like it if it was not. If I thought it was the voice that I thought it was going to be, and sadly, it's not. And oh my god, I can't believe the chat is blowing up. What have I done?
Well,
Sophie?
I mean,
What
this
have I
is,
done?
this is probably the biggest thing since the original KoRn joke. Granted, it has not reached that status yet, and I don't know if it ever will, because, I mean, what did you put on the screen?
The pizza
I saw
is
that.
aggressive.
I was like, I just looked there for a second. I saw
Well,
it.
for one, it's a reference to 2 YouTube videos, and 2, it's my favorite catchphrase for right now. The pizza is
Pizza
aggressive.
is delicious. My parents don't get me. I'm only 17 and suffering from anxiety. Best pop punk song ever.
Sounds like angst, honestly.
Yeah, that's very much what it is. It's just making fun of pop punk with pop punk.
Pretty much.
What
Yeah.
just flashed on the screen? The pizza is aggressive. That's what just flashed on screen.
Yeah.
If Scarfy can get away with accidentally saying something and having the chat blow up, I can do it with the pizza is aggressive just flashing on screen and going away.
Yeah.
Well, less than an accident, but still. I'm about to, just gonna wrap up. I realized I took like a full fucking hour. Or
Yes.
Not a full hour. Because
Like
excluding
45,
the intro.
like 40 minutes.
Yeah, excluding the intro. It's a whopper! Night in the Woods reference. Megadeth and Meshuggah just announced a summer tour.
Not on the West
As
Coast.
promised. Yep, it's only It's only Mid-Atlantic and some of the Midwest. It's a short tour, but as promised, got another summer tour up for you guys. This one's going to be pretty fucking heavy. On one hand, you have one of the big four of thrash metal, and on the other, the biggest extreme metal / gent band in the world. Yeah, sorry, Naka, this won't hit the West Coast.
I know.
It will start on June 23rd in Big Flats, New York, and end on July 11th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It'll come through Silver Spring, Maryland on June 29th, so I might look into it depending on if I have enough cash to do so, but I don't know. I mean, because I also got DragonForce to think about, and, you gotta weigh your options, But yeah, Megadeth and Meshuggah, it's good shit. Eminem, just call that the Eminem tour.
Eminem tour.
Yes, because you go to the Hershey factory afterwards. Oh, wait, no, it's a Mars. It's a Mars. M&M's is a Mars candy, not a Hershey candy.
Okay.
Piss.
Yeah.
Going for my ass.
So I have to say, I can't believe I just broke the chat.
Oh,
This wouldn't be the first time.
What
It's
have
not,
I done?
it hasn't been the first time I've been in a broken chat. Jimmy can attest to that. We must remember when Thunder was streaming Need for Speed Carbon, then we went on the tangent about trying to sell Angel's kidney.
Oh god.
You don't get the reference now,
No, I
but
don't.
Jimmy and I do, because we were there when it happened live.
Oh wow.
And I thought my lungs were going to collapse.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Anyway, I mean, it's good for Meshuggah and Megadeth to go on tour, but they're not coming to the left coast, which is best coast. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have Old Bay? No? Then shut the fuck up.
I don't have much to say about Megadeth and Meshuggah. I'm sure they're great bands, and
Pretty great. Pretty fucking great.
I remember Meshuggah just
Mega
not...
Sugar. Yes. I ship it. I ship Mega
No,
Sugar.
no. That's not what I mean. I'm pretty sure Meshuggah is a great band, but I listen to them and they're just too growly for me. I can't really understand what's going on. And
Well, I mean, yeah, they kind of are there. But yeah, either M&M's or Mega Sugar. That's actually a great title for it. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So, you tired yet? Well,
Yeah.
wake the fuck up.
Mhm.
So we got one more to get through, and that is
Rise Against. I stole your line.
You little bitch.
I stole your line.
Fight you.
Continue, Krüz.
I'll fight you. The good news is that melodic punk / alt rock titan is back with an album that has a particularly pleasing title, Wolves. Can I get a hell yeah?
Paper
Hell
Wings.
That was weak shit. So far, The Violence has been released. A solid, typical Rise Against track, sounding almost a little bit more like In Flames, because as sort of hinted earlier than I think last season maybe, or I don't know, whenever I talked about In Flames, but that they sort of went to more of a started sounding more like Rise Against. Now Rise Against sort of shifting in that direction, getting a little heavier. And I think I downloaded it. It's a pretty damn good track. Are we not brave enough? Are we not good enough?
Well, seeing as how Need for Speed Underground 2, Burnout 3, and Flat Out 2 all introduced me to Rise Against, because they had my two favorite songs, Pedro Wings and Give It All.
I'm not gonna lie.
I like Rise Against.
But yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. The album art is actually pretty. Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off a little bit, but we do have some bad news. You're gonna have to wait a while because the album comes out on June 9th. But
hey, that's the day of my prom that I'm not going to.
Yeah, I'm sick of hearing about fucking prom.
You're not going to prom?
Hell no.
Good man. I didn't go either.
I'm nobody to go with.
I have a car I need to save up for.
Yeah, the album comes out June 9th. I'll let you guys know.
It's also a day before my grad party.
Related.
Not gonna lie. Rise Against the album of Rise Against Wolves looks great.
Yeah,
I don't know about you guys,
and especially with the YouTube video linked here that they have each of the like a sort of a wolf superimposed in front of the band members, almost kind of like it's just the coolest artwork since back when Beartooth released Aggressive, which was Caleb Shomo's bloody face on one side and a snarling wolf on the other, which I'm like, holy fucking shit, dude, that is so badass. This is the next best thing to that. So I'm pretty glad that they titled it Wolves, and I'm like, a man after my own heart.
Mm-hmm.
The Wolves. Yeah. Yeah. That is it for the...
I mean, I literally have Paper Wings queued up.
Yeah. That is it for a WAPA, the music section I had. Yep, now...
We have a much shorter game section, and then we're moving into, big things.
Yeah.
Because movies is huge.
Yeah. Movies is always huge, no matter what it is.
Yep. Yep.
Anyway.
I have seen Fate of the Furious. Mind you, it was actually pretty good. I liked it.
Really? A lot of people didn't like it.
A lot of people didn't like it because they're dumbasses, and they thought, oh, this movie sucks.
Well, because they didn't like the fact that Paul Walker's not in it anymore.
Of course Paul Walker's not in it. He had a tragic accidental death because the Porsche Carrera GT is a very, very, very difficult car to drive in the first place.
Yeah.
It didn't come with traction or stability control. And then Paul Walker's sister or wife or whatever is trying to sue Porsche. No! You get in the Porsche Carrera GT.
Naka.
Okay.
No. You're okay.
Going on a tangent here. Not like we've never done that. But you get to topic. I am quite excited to see the next Outlast.
Alright, Outlast 2, because we're moving on to video games now. Outlast 2, a first-person survival horror game that, like its predecessors to Outlast and Outlast Whistleblower, is a single-player campaign. It's set in the Sonoran Desert. The game is also carrying over the found footage characteristics from the first game. Player controls an investigative journalist, Blake Langerman, who investigates a dilapidated area. Dilapidated rural area in Supai near the Sonoran Desert. Langerman is completely unable to fight and can only defend in scripted scenes similar to the original Outlast, and can hide in lockers, crouch, jump, walk, run, vault, and climb, much like the first game. He only possesses a camcorder, which has night vision enabled. Though the camcorder's batteries are also drained when night vision is used. Spoiler, that's usually what happens.
Drained pretty damn fast.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a little thing of failed product placement in games that one of them, for some horror game, they put the brand Energizer batteries on that, but because the batteries in the game ran out so quickly, Energizer eventually decided to pull the thing, and they didn't have the brand on anymore because they realized, oh shit, that's not a good message.
And then, unlike the first game, Langerman's status as a cameraman means he has a much more advanced camera in his possession, one with clear footage, zoom, and an audio detection system built into each speaker that can be used to detect distant footsteps and other noises, so you can hear somebody farting 5 rooms over. Spare batteries suitable for the camcorder are spread throughout the locations. Langerman also wears glasses, which limits the player's visions if they fall off. I mean, it actually sounds pretty good, but I'm not going to pick it up because I'm not a fan of horror games just because I like sleeping. But you guys can go pick it up for Windows, Xbox One, and PS4 on the 25th of April.
I probably am because, I've played through the first Outlast and Whistleblower, both of which I loved.
I'm probably not because I don't really like horror games, and yeah, that's all I have to say.
You wussies.
Hey, I'm not a wussy.
Oh, shut the fuck up. But yeah, well, to be fair, the series has been done very well and meant to be very effective and scary, just to put you in those terrifying situations. Hopefully I'll be able to get this on. I don't know if I'll be able to get it on the date. That's 2 days. That's not that far. I might get it afterwards, maybe in the summer. Since I'm also hopefully saving up to get a Switch eventually. But I've seen the demo play of this, and especially at the end, which is like, of course they're continuing the theme of trying to chop your dick off, like they did in they attempted to do in Whistleblower and succeeded to do in the demo. Spoiler
and what
alert,
they almost did in Resident Evil 7.
Yeah,
kind of close, but yeah. I'm pretty excited for this. I love the the look of this. That it kind of, versus being more claustrophobic, it's more like you're out in the middle of nowhere in the desert and you're trying to look for like literally anything to get, and trying to get away from whatever's chasing you and other shit. So I'm really impressed with the Outlast series, and I'm excited to hopefully get to play this soon. Yeah.
All right. That is all. We are moving on to Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. A tactical FPS. There's not really too much to say when it comes to this. It's got some Assassin's Creed with free running, and YouTube decided to bork itself again by not posting the link when I want it to. But it's got some Assassin's Creed in it, some Watch Dogs, which means you can have a drone fly around to scout, some driving, weather elements including a day-night cycle, and sniper lead in it. Not too bad. Target, execute, survive. Your 3 objectives. And it just posted twice. What?
Yeah.
YouTube chat, you can just stop breaking. Anyway, you can use your own approach to each mission and complete it, as the game is open world, so feel free to play around for your style. You get dropped into the modern-day world with a series of conflicts between 3 hostile factions. Gee, that sounds familiar. A proxy war and...
Apparently there was another game, I forget which one before this, that sort of predicted this, Georgia-Russia war. I forget. You might have to remind me of it. But there was just one. But anyway.
A proxy war and civil war begin in the country of Georgia. You take control of Marine Captain John North to take out an old enemy to prevent another Cold War, which is kind of sort of what the world's going through right now with North Korea, but it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of your typical sniper elite game with a modern twist. Not too harmful. It's not my cup of tea, but it's whatever. If you want to pick it up, you can pick it up for Windows, Xbox One, and PS4 on the 25th of April.
Yeah. There's not much I need to say about Sniper Ghost Warrior. I haven't played any of the games. It just doesn't interest me. It looks like a typical first-person shooter game. That's really all I have to say regarding it.
It kind of reminds me of a combo of, I think it was Ghost, you said, that allows you to use the drones and
Watch Dogs.
A little bit, Watch Dogs, and a little bit of Rainbow Six Siege, a little bit. It looks really cool, especially the music made it look pretty cool. I mean, here's the thing, not to say it's not good, because I think it looks pretty damn cool, and I would love to play it. but it's kind of, sort of like you played one, you played them all. You know what an FPS is. It's not like unique or new enough for me to go out and want to get it. But I think other people who want to get into it, they're more than welcome to.
Mhm.
Looks pretty damn good. Yeah. But yeah, that was Felix. There was a I forget what game it was. I think it might have been some Call of Duty game that was the situation it was set in was a war like between or just fighting between Russia and Georgia. And that ended up actually happening.
Oh.
So yeah, there's some real world conflicts that I think games are predicting.
I mean,
I forget. I think it was
Modern
Watch.
Warfare 3 kind of predicted some of the stuff that happened in Paris.
Yeah,
Sort
I mean,
of.
sometimes
Battlefield
they actually
3.
ended up predicting the future, and it's kind of spooky.
That is spooky. Anyway, so
Yeah.
are we moving on to Little Nightmares? We're moving on to Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares!
Imagine if Tim Burton made a horror game.
A new puzzle platformer horror adventure game developed by Tarsier Studios, which is from Sweden, and published by Bandai Namco. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. I am having some interruptions. I hate when I have to, mute because of interruptions. But, I believe I can continue. So, I want to talk about Bandai Namco, just because One Gun Midnight Maximum Tune 5 is finally being brought to the US. I'm not sure if it's going to be in English or not, but it's finally being brought to the US, and it's going to be at my local Round 1 arcade, which has the initial release arcade stage 8. So that's something that I'm a huge fan of. Anyway, a 9-year-old girl named Six. Are we really going through Stranger Things Season 2 already? Spoiler alert, no we're not. Is trapped in the Maw, which is a Rapture/Bioshock-esque resort catering to the whims of power of sick creatures. When a twist of fate, what a twist! Because, yay, canning in a robot chicken joke, offers a chance at her freedom, Six must journey through the bizarre and unpredictable world of the Maw. I don't know why I paused there. All the while, she catches glimpses at the corrupt hearts of modern happiness. Wow, that's pretty deep, guys. That's pretty deep.
Deep.
Yeah, not really.
Alright, Angel, thank you for telling me that it's in English, because, oh my god, I'm gonna get a card and everything. Holy shit. I'm finally getting Maxi-Tune 5, because all I've gotten to play is Maxi-Tune 3DX Plus, and that's only in Japanese for whatever reason. Anyway.
On what?
Arcade.
Oh, okay.
But, for an Unreal Engine 4 game that's being developed in Sweden, it actually does look promising.
Yeah, Unreal Engine is pretty
Unreal
dope.
Engine is actually pretty good. I believe Dangerous Golf is made with the Unreal Engine. Angel can quote me on that. Actually, don't quote me on that. Angel can fact check that for me because I'm too lazy to fact check right now. But it's out on the 28th for Windows, Xbox One, and PS4.
Fact checkers working hard up in here.
But yeah, no, Angel just fact check that for me. If Dangerous Golf is made in Unreal Engine. Or Jimmy, because, it was made by people who made Burnout 3, and I just got to shoehorn that game in. But Little Nightmares looks promising. It's out on the 28th for Windows, Xbox One, and PS4.
Yeah, it's not something, again, it's not really something that piques my interest. I'm pretty sure it'll be something like, perhaps something along the lines of, what's that game where everything is black and white and
Limbo.
The boy is trying. Yeah, that game. That is what I'm kind of getting from this particular game, and I don't know why.
What was that one called? I forget. Limbo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this thing kind of reminded me of this is what I'd imagine if Tim Burton made a horror or a sort of not necessarily a horror game, but it's kind of a horror game. If Tim Burton made a horror game, this is what it would look like, especially with the art style, the little girl in the rain jacket. It's a really cool kind of what do I call it? Sort of a cute horror adventure, kind of like like Limbo, semi-cute horror adventure. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but I definitely like the look of this.
Yeah.
We're talking about Limbo, I think Inside too. Either way, your thoughts on Little Nightmares, guys?
Not really much to say. It kind of looks bland for me. I'm not really getting too much out of it.
All right. Should I move on?
We got.
What about Krüz?
Oh, I said my piece.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And we got a biggin.
We got a biggin. We actually it's a port.
By the way, I hate Mario Kart.
What the hell's wrong with you,
no,
man?
you don't hate Mario Kart. You just hate that one friend who fucked you over with the blue shell right as you were about to win.
Which they nerfed spawning in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
No, but literally, go ahead. It's just go ahead.
Considered to be the best Mario Kart by critics, it's being remade for the Nintendo Switch. It's basically a port with some added stuff and some tweaks.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That's literally what it is. And you have to
it's
pay
not a
full
new
price
game.
for it.
It's just an adaptation. But yeah.
First things first, new characters have been added that weren't in the Wii U version, like Inkling Boy and Girl Dry Bones, Bowser Jr. and Gold Mario, which is just another Metal Mario skin.
Yeah.
And
Mario.
And battle mode has been fixed to where it's a proper battle mode, so you don't have to drive on like weird, broken, modified tracks. Now there's individual battle arenas, and some old game modes are being brought back, which is awesome. Shine Runners and Bob on Blast or whatever the hell it's called. I'm confusing that with the Mario Party 2. Wait, no, that's Bowser's Big Blast. Anyway, bomb throwing one where it's bombs only, and I don't know how Nintendo screwed up something so simple when it comes to the battle mode for the original Mario Kart 8. Also, Pink Gold Peach.
Meh.
Oh, fuck. Pink Gold Peach.
Oh no!
I heard that's like fucking retarded.
Pink Gold. Peach.
A Pink Gold Peach. That is just a skin that does nothing to make a character great. Yeah. I don't.
At least Metal Mario makes
unnecessary.
sense.
Metal Mario would make a lot more sense than that.
Metal Mario actually has a bassist in Smash Bros.
Mm-hmm. So you don't have to drive on the modified courses that are too big and too confusing. You have all the DLC, including the paid and free packs, so yes, you can still drive a Mercedes-Benz as Donkey Kong, and as King Boo for that matter. I forgot to mention he's back. And the updates that came along with it, like 200cc, which is basically impossible unless you're using Smart Steer and Auto Accelerate, which are new features for new players who are trying to get the grip of things, which I think is actually smart. Because when you take Rainbow Road,
I'd imagine you kind of had to cheat your way through it.
Yes, but it's for like the 4-year-old that's still trying to play that's trying to learn how to play the game.
Yeah.
It's for the people that struggle, who are trying to,
when they should properly be driving off the ledge.
Anyway, when the Switch was revealed, we actually saw gameplay footage of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe showing off the Joy-Con multiplayer and split-screen functions. Though I have heard that it's the Joy-Con when you're only using one is a little bit cramped in your hand.
Well, yeah, it's like 3 some odd inches long.
And the split screen functions of the Switch too.
I told you I got to play the Switch. Yeah, it's not that big.
Yeah, but if you have 7 other friends and they all happen to bring their Switch to a party, which is highly unlikely, you can race and battle them via wireless multiplayer, aka ad hoc multiplayer. You can also hold 2 items at once, but you can't switch them, like in Double Dash. And I've heard somebody nitpick that whenever you pause the game when you're holding an item, like with the left trigger, you can accidentally turn on smart steering or whatever. But that's something that you'll just have to live with. I honestly think that this is a good title for the Switch, that people who never got a chance to play Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U will pick it up. And people will pick it up regardless because it's freaking Mario Kart. And it's also a new AAA title for the Switch, even though it's just a port. It's out on the 28th for the one and only Nintendo Switch. I wonder what systems it's for, other than the Nintendo Switch. Oh wait, none.
Yep. By the way, let me just get the elephant out of the room. Let me address the elephant in the room because I
oh my god, there's a horse in my house.
Yeah, guys, I just want to tell you right now, I don't hate Mario Kart. In fact, I don't even dislike it. I think it's a very, very good franchise. It's just it's all these racing games that I'm seeing, and they just don't do it for me. Mario Kart just doesn't do it for me. It's not like Diddy Kong Racing where it did everything for me, and they haven't even made a sequel for that, and for good reason, because Rare is owned by Xbox now. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just like when I'm playing a new Mario Kart game, it's just the same thing, usually the same thing. Race to win, pick up items as you go, launch an item at the enemy to get ahead, and that's about it. There really isn't anything
and get coins to unlock stuff.
It just
and launch a blue shell at the last possible second to piss off your friend.
It just doesn't really do it for me, and I do apologize if I seem. Except what?
Except the super horn item.
Oh, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. But what do you have to say? And I hope I'm not offending you, Naka, because I do know you're a huge racing and car fan.
I understand why you don't like Mario Kart. But if you were talking like this, like it was Tokyo Extreme Racer 3 or Forza Horizon 3, or in fact Burnout for that matter, you'd have your head on a trident.
For a second there, I thought you were going to say I would have my head up my ass. But anyway,
you'd have your head up your ass while you're on the trident.
Okay, even better.
It would be
but
weird
anyway,
space magic to make that happen.
Thinking in portals.
It's not necessarily.
What do you have to?
It's space magic.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you have to say about it, Krüz?
I think I like. I liked Mario Kart 8, at least the polished look. I like that this one looks more polished, but I mean, it's all the details. It's really just fluff, and I mean certainly the pink, gold, and peach is just. That's the epitome of fluff right there. It's fucking useless. But I mean, it's an adaptation for the Switch until they, I guess, eventually make another Mario Kart. It's a thing to just put Mario Kart onto the Switch. I mean, you're not going to expect much from it if it's just an adaptation. So
yeah.
But if I eventually get the Switch, I'm probably gonna just get it just so I can play Mario Kart on it.
Hell yeah!
Okay.
Other than Mario Kart 8, there's not really many exclusive games other than Breath of the Wild that are really interesting right now, because a lot of games that are out for it are either kind of first/second party games that kind of suck, or they're not too good, or they're games that I can play on a different system or PC.
And E3 is coming along, is just around the corner, so at least we'll have time to see that, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Should probably get some new games then.
Though you should play Blur, because that is quite fun, and there's actually ways you can play online multiplayer even though the servers are down.
Mm-hmm.
Because Angel, Jimmy, and a couple of our friends have we've done multiplayer before, and we've had some pretty fun sessions. Because it's Mario Kart, but it's actually somewhat realistic because it's real cars and there's more variety, and it takes a little bit more skill, and not every car handles the same, so you actually have to learn how to drive.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep.
that's all for video games this week.
Woo!
Are you going to transition?
Yes, that's all for games this week. I need to go rush and do a few things real quick. We will start it off with movies with Scarfy.
Okay. So an average actor who's been in average comedies is now directing his first comedy. Sure, I'll buy it. How to Be a Latin Lover is an upcoming American comedy film directed by Ken Marino and written by Chris Spain and John Zack, produced by Eugenio Derbez and John Odell, and from 3PAS Studios. The film stars Eugenio Derbez, Salma Hayek, Rob Lowe, Kristen Bell, Rafael Alejandro, Raquel Welch, Michael Cera, and Rob Riggle.
Rob Riggle. I love Rob Riggle.
Having made a career of seducing rich older women, Maximo marries a wealthy woman more than twice his age. 25 years later, spoiled and bored from waking up next to his now 80-year-old wife, he gets the surprise of his life when she ends up dumping him for a younger car salesman. Forced out of his mansion and desperate for a place to stay, he must move in with his estranged sister Sarah and her nerdy but adorable son Hugo in their small apartment. Anxious to return to the lap of luxury, Maximo uses his nephew's crush on a classmate to get his new target, her grandmother Celeste, a widow billionaire. As Maximo tries to rekindle his powers as a Latin lover, he finds himself bonding with his nephew Hugo, and he begins to learn that being a Latin lover means that loving money isn't as important as the love of your family. So it seems like it's an average turn your brain off and enjoy the laughs type kind of movie. Aside from that, come next week, I wouldn't be surprised how much Hispanic people are coming to watch this film during the weekend. Nothing wrong with that, of course, but it is interesting since I work in a movie theater where my community, I want to say at least 60 to 70% of all people tends to be Hispanic here, which again, it's not a problem. I just know that it's probably likely because I see it in my theater a lot. As for me, there's nothing really that makes it stand out and nothing that I'm in my way to see. I just figured if it was something you guys want to see, I'd put it up. So there you have it. The film releases April 28th. If you guys are interested, what do you think, Krüz?
At first, I was like, the title, I was just kind of like, I don't know about this. But after seeing the trailer, I'm like, I still don't know if I go out of my way to see it. I doubt I will. But I do think it looks like it has potential to actually be pretty funny, at least at points. Especially because it's kind of like when he takes the notebook from the kid and just like, what notebook? And he tries to throw it out the window and it just hits the floor. There's some legit humor in there. So
Right.
I don't know. I'd like to see it at some point, I guess. Maybe not in theaters, because I mean, I don't go to theaters a lot anymore. But only for like big release movies, like last time I went was Beauty and the Beast, I think.
Yeah.
It's the next one, well, it depends on the order. I mean, either Star Wars, Marvel, whatever comes out first.
Right.
But yeah. That's what I say.
Well, I would move on, but unfortunately I can't really do that because...
Oh, here it is.
What is this about Cadbury
Speak of
eggs?
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil. Naka, you went somewhere. What do you have to say regarding how to be a Latin lover?
Yeah, it just kind of seems boring to me.
Yeah, it really does. Like I can't really find anything to enjoy about it. I mean, it looks interesting. It'll probably get a lot of laughs, but there's nothing that really is enticing about it.
Yeah.
But
The story is
there's
just
not
not
much.
really that
I also
great,
just remembered
but-
I didn't go to the bathroom because I was talking with relatives. Because I'm stupid, and they had to ask me questions about this, which is fine.
you have to go. You have to go to the bathroom.
Yes, I still have to pee.
Then go to the bathroom.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
go
go see
introduce
this
our
movie.
next.
Let's
I'm
introduce our
introducing
next
my
movie.
next. Yeah, I'm introducing the next film. So Chronicle meets Iron Man. Interesting combination. Slate is a 2016 American drama film directed by J.D. Dillard and written by J.D. Dillard and Alex Stewart. It stars Jacob Lattimore, Seychelle Gabriel, Dule Hill, Storm Raid, Sashir Zamata, and Michael Villar.
That's a
The film-
badass name, though. Storm Raid. Or I think that's Reed.
I think it's Storm Reid, not Storm Raid.
But Storm Raid would be a sick name.
Yeah. The film is also distributed by BH Tilt and WWE Studios. A young street magician is left to care for his little sister after their parents' passing and turns to illegal activities to keep a roof over their heads. When he gets in too deep, his sister is kidnapped and he is forced to use magic and brilliant mind to save her. Looks kind of like Now You See Me if it was done pretty correctly. I have no idea why WWE Studios is funding this film because usually when they're funding it, WWE superstars like The Rock or John Cena is usually...
John Cena?
Yeah, I saw that coming. Anyway.
Maybe he'll make a cameo. Who knows?
Yeah, is usually in them. But upon my research, it looks like they decide to not have any of that. So you can say that this is once in a blue moon kind of deal, but that's not important. How's the synopsis? Well, I think that this film will attract some people who are into the bad guys trying to capture the good guys' important things, and the good guys trying to get the important things back kind of film. However, I'm looking at this film and I just can't find myself whether or not I want to secure a seat in the theater. I mean, this is a film that is literally trying to get off the ground. And while I can't say I'm skipping it, I don't really find myself... I don't know. Like, I just don't find myself watching it unless people tell me it's a really good movie. Nevertheless, it does seem intriguing, and I wouldn't be surprised if people actually really enjoyed a movie like this. Case in point, the film releases April 28th. What do you think?
I mean, I think it looks cool, and I mean, yeah, I can definitely see the semblance with Chronicle. Not as much with Iron Man, but I don't know. But it does look very Chronicle inspired. My only gripe with it is that it looks like it. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere with the story. Like, I can tell that there's maybe, a gang deal gone wrong or something, and he ends up getting hunted down. But I mean, like, it's kind of like, well, you don't really get a chance to see what else his powers do. I mean, he's not like, it's not like, Chronicle and the guy and their friends are like testing out their powers together. I don't know. It just kind of seems like it's going straight to, trying to fight for his life.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
It's going to be something that the Bagel Club will watch and then just make fun of it.
And what else do you have
You
to say
guys don't know what the
regarding
Bagel Club is, do you?
Bonesaw is ready!
it? I don't... Okay, other than that, what do you have to say about it, Naka?
I mean, it doesn't really look too good. I'm not the biggest fan of Woo-Wee, because I'm not in the Bagel Club. Jimmy was, and then, Jimmy, Angel, and I know about the Bagel Club because it's kind of directly related to our Discord server, because it is. And there's an entire YouTube channel about it, but it's WWE and wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly, it looks like one of those action flicks. It'll be good for popcorn, maybe, make fun of it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go see it.
No, neither am I. It just, like, do you have anything else to say regarding it, Krüz, Naka?
Nah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I really like the idea, but the trailer doesn't look terribly promising.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to move on to our last film that is coming out this week, and this, by far, is the most entertaining film of the week. I want to see it really bad. Anyway.
Wisdom is a circle. What you receive, you must give back. Sorry, wrong movie.
This movie is without a doubt on my film list to see. From a fascinating premise to big-name actors to a socially relevant cause, as well as a catchy and haunting trailer tune, this is the most enticing film this week. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to look at Dave Eggers' film adaptation of The Circle, an upcoming American film directed by James Ponsoldt and written by Ponsoldt and Eggers based on his 2013 novel of the same name. The film stars Emma Watson, Tom Hanks, John Boyega, Karen Gillan, Eller Coltrane from Boyhood, Patton Oswalt, Glenn Headley, and in his final appearance, Bill Paxton, who died in February 2017.
Hey, yeah, Eller Coltrane.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, I haven't heard anything from him in a while.
I
didn't realize he was in this.
Anyway, when May is hired to work for the world's largest and most powerful tech and social media company, she sees it as an opportunity of a lifetime. As she rises through the ranks, she is encouraged by the company's founders, Eamon Bailey, to engage in a groundbreaking experiment that pushes the boundaries of privacy, ethics, and ultimately her personal freedom. Her participation in the experiment and every decision she makes begin to affect the lives and the future of friends, family, and that of humanity. Holy freaking cow. This is a movie right here. And honestly, if Tom Hanks' appearance wasn't enough for you, I don't know what is. I will say this movie right here has to be the equivalent example of Snowden and 1984. And by God, does this show.
very strong 84 vibes.
Yes.
I can tell.
The production design is very strong. The acting in the trailer is very well done. And even the special effects are pretty good, too. Because we never see computers do that kind of thing where it leaps out at you like that. I just find myself enticed by this entire trailer. I honestly don't know what to say. This entire film trailer looks amazing. You'd bet my ass I'm seeing this film. What days does it come out? April 28th. I would encourage you all to watch the trailer. You won't be disappointed with it as much as you won't be disappointed as how much it resonates in your daily lives. The trailer enticed me, and I certainly hope it entices you. What do you guys think?
Excuse me?
Naka, what do you think about this?
Well, it's also... It could also be a commentary of how, humanity is addicted to social media and phones and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
so
another
deep social commentary. Ooh,
it's got some. Yeah. Yes, it does have some deep social commentary, and I do think that it's sort of.
My only thing is that it's not that deep if everyone's doing it.
Yeah, no, but the thing is that the U.S. is kind of already, the government is already doing this by approving bills that basically allow ISPs to sell our. Browsing information to the highest bidder.
Yeah, I saw a great thing of I think it was the
this is what this reminds me of.
I think it was the creator of Cards Against Humanity saying, "I will buy the internet history of every congressman and woman and sell it on eBay or something like that."
Wow,
like, good on you. But yeah, and also somewhat 1984 related. Ingsoc, the song recent song from Havoc. It has tons of that vibes. It has tons of that vibes. Let's pretend that made sense in it. But Big Brother is watching. And also, reference back to Meshuggah, the demon's name is Surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Judas Priest, Electric Eye. I have a metal
the
song
Magic
for everything. I do. Electric Eye.
So I know this sounds like a stupid question, but say you two were taking a shower with the door open. I don't think you would want a camera peeking in you taking a shower, wouldn't you?
That reminds me of something, though. Remember the
well,
Sochi
personally,
Olympics?
I don't care because I don't do embarrassing stuff in the shower.
You're in the Sochi Olympics that they had cameras in some of the showers. There was a fake Norton security ad that was for a poncho.
Oh, really?
It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, there's
Peter Norton.
A huge debate on the ethics of surveillance and how much it's necessary, and expectation of privacy versus safety.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the quote. I think it's from Ben Franklin, like those who sacrifice liberty for security deserve neither and lose both. Something like that.
So, the way that I think that this government surveillance of the internet should be is if you search up a certain hot word, like a certain keyword that could be hurtful or something, and then like they go and review it just really quick. It's like, oh, they're searching up. It's like, why is this happening? Or it's like, why is that happening?
Here's the quote.
That'd be much easier.
They who can give up essential liberty to attain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Yeah, there it is. All right, that's it.
But this is a movie that you would totally be interested in seeing.
Yes.
Yeah, this looks really good. I imagine the plot is actually going to get like real twisted and maybe even psychotic.
And Tom Hanks, our boy,
Tim Hawks.
that's my boy right there.
The golden boy.
Wait, what?
Tim Hawks. I don't know.
Yeah, very funny.
Funny thing is, one of my friends from high school, his name is Tim Hanks.
Tim Hanks.
That's funny. Anyway. But yeah, that's really all I have to say regarding our films that are being released for the week. Now let's get into our coming attractions. American Assassin, a gifted college scholar who flunked after the loss of his girlfriend, trains to be a natural-born killer, targeting the most dangerous enemies in order to seek retribution for his deceased girlfriend. Yeah, it looks interesting for me, but I'm not too sure if this
killed my girlfriend.
I'm not too sure if this is something that I would be particularly interested in seeing.
Where's Rachel?
Where's Rachel?
Where is she?
No, but really,
I don't know. I mean, I like the look of it, but it just doesn't seem like engaging enough because this story's been done many times over. But it doesn't look terrible either. So I don't want to say like I don't want to see it because it's terrible, but I think it's just not unique enough to really get my attention.
And what do you think, Naka?
Personally, it's just kind of, oh, hey, my girlfriend died. I'm sad now. Now I'm gonna go kill everybody that, wanted to kill my girlfriend.
This
plot's kinda like
randomly
Dumb and
reminded me of something. I saw a great meme. Do you remember? I think it's oh my god, what am I writing his name? Liam Neeson on the I think it's Nonstop or whatever when he's on the plane, and they saw that they put that thing was like a United flight, like they chose the wrong passenger to kick off. I was like, fucking shit.
Liam Neeson is God.
Okay, if you try to kick Liam Neeson off a plane, you're gonna have a bad time.
Liam Neeson is a boss, man.
No, they just got Harrison Ford to do it. Get off my plane.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next coming attraction. The Hero. An aging Western icon with a golden voice comes to term with his past immortality after being diagnosed with cancer. Let me try and do my best Sam Elliott impression. The story goes that I can't do it that well.
Kind of good. I mean, I don't know.
What Sam Elliott has a very good voice.
He has got the golden
It's
voice.
unique.
Yeah.
Asian Western icon with a golden voice comes to terms with his past mortality. I don't know. I can't do much, but I do like that.
Well, that's actually pretty good.
And
You did a pretty good job.
Try doing it in a Morgan
I had a
Freeman
little
voice.
too much lispiness in it. But I did notice it had Kristen Ritter in it, who plays Jessica Jones. I might just go see it for that because I think Jessica Jones is a badass, and I'd like to hear more of this golden voice because, I mean, he's got the golden voice.
It's the golden voice.
Yeah, that and The Hero is a title of a Monomars song.
Yeah.
It's the Old West. I'm dying.
It's Doc
I
Holliday.
must come. You know what? These are my final days. I might as well just look at the past, see what I did wrong.
Dude.
It's a little contrived, but I'm not gonna, just say skip right now, because it's potentially worth seeing, just for the concept alone.
Anyway,
Though I think
do you want me to move on?
I think that one concept that people need to understand is the concept of love. Oh yeah, Jet Set Radio Future reference. I'm done with references. Anyway.
Yeah. Do you want me to move on to our next one?
The Wizard of Lies.
Yeah, this one is very, very interesting. Based on a true story, the HBO film centers around the life of stockbroker Bernie Madoff, who committed the largest Ponzi scheme ever to be had in U.S. history.
Yay, Bernie Madoff.
And he's played by Robert De Niro himself.
I know. And
that's a great choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's from New York, so that kind of does make sense, right?
I'd love to see him in this role because, I mean, De Niro he does that well. And even with, getting older, he still fits into these roles. I think one of the mean tweets about him saying he should stop trying to play roles like gangsters. He's probably a grandfather by now. He's like, I am a grandfather, you motherfucker.
So, I assume that you heard the whole that you did hear about the story behind Bernie Madoff and his Ponzi scheme of how he made billions of dollars and I don't
know if I heard this one in particular. I think I heard I forget what the movie is called, but of Ibrahimovic. I think what's his name? No, Jack Abramoff, I think. I forget what the movie was called. Abramoff.
If we get crap, who's the guy that Warren Buffett. It's like, if we get Warren Buffett somehow in this, that'd be interesting. Or if he's referenced at all.
You mean Warren Buffet? Never mind.
No.
Yeah, he was. It was Casino Jack. Yeah, it was Casino Jack, and Kevin Spacey plays Abramov. So, yeah, that's.
Seeing as how I
that was
have
a great
HBO,
movie.
I'm gonna go watch this when it comes out.
Hopefully, I'll be able to watch this because I dig it.
Speaking of which, I get to watch Last Week Tonight finally. I keep forgetting to record it. Anyway, I'm going to Rock City.
Yeah, that's really all I have to say about that one. Our next trailer, Detroit, based on true events
Detroit,
and directed by
Rock
the people
City.
and the people who directed Zero Dark 30 and The Hurt Locker. The film is centered around the Algiers motel incident, which occurred in Detroit, Michigan on July 25th, 1967, during the racially charged 12th Street riot. What do you have to say about this?
Yay, civil rights movie. No, I'm not
Yay,
saying
more
that.
more race baiting. In all seriousness,
It's historical context race baiting. It's not even race
events
baiting,
like
it's just
this.
history.
Events like this. I was being a little bit facetious. I mean, it's not as race baiting as Get Out, but events like this.
Wait,
like,
did you see Get Out?
I didn't actually end up
Dude,
seeing that.
it's so good. It's really
I need
good.
to see that. I mean, it looks pretty sick and twisted. And I did see actually on Twitter, people doing, or I think it was on Twitter, people doing the Get Out challenge where they run straight at the guy and then turn at the last second. It's a great compilation. Some people mess it up. Some people nail it. But anyway, the guy just bowls him over and he's like, "What the hell, man? You're supposed to run left. You didn't tell me to turn. It's Get Out challenge. The dude turns." But I think covering events like this, like I didn't hear about this one, but I heard about the LA riots. There's various other ones that you could probably make a whole list of them, but I think for people, especially for people who are probably affected by this, or I imagine it's probably satisfying for them to see that this is turning into a movie and that people are going to see how stuff went down, because there's not a lot of, I imagine there is footage of it, but there's not a lot of firsthand accounts. So I mean,
I'm probably actually going to go see it just for the historical context of it.
I'd like to see this, but I just don't know when I'm going to be able to. It looks pretty intense. Pretty intense.
All right.
It's intense, man.
All right, now let's move on
Shit's
to
going down.
our next 3 trailers, because all of them are interesting no matter how you put it. All of them. The Hitman's Bodyguard. The world's top bodyguard gets a new client, a hitman who must testify at the International Court of Justice.
Well, testify!
They must put their differences aside and work together to make it to the trial on time. Okay, guys,
Motherfucker.
Guys, I just need to say something. You have Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson in the same movie.
Motherfucker.
He has
How
completely
can you-
ruined the word motherfucker for me.
What could possibly go wrong with this movie?
Go the fuck to sleep.
No, but really, what do you think?
What could go wrong with this movie? Nothing.
Yeah,
I
there
mean-
really isn't.
Yeah. I think pretty sure that's why they want to make the movie, just so you can have Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, the plot is just, something they can just pick up out of the trash. But just to put those two characters or two actors, in the situation, it's just gonna be fucking hilarious.
That's just gold.
I'm
waiting to happen. That's gold.
This is just gold. He's like, can you say please, motherfucker?
Say please, motherfucker.
I want to see this. I already want to see this movie. I already want to see it. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Krüz, Naka. Krüz, do you want to see
I
it?
definitely am gonna see this.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't help that they're using Whitney Houston's "And I Will Always Love You" in this movie.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right, now we're gonna move on to our next trailer, and honestly, this one made us fungasm. Thor Ragnarok.
Thor, Odin's son,
Thor-
protector of mankind.
Thor
Yay,
is in
Halo
prison
4
and has
math.
to get back. Thor is in prison and has to get back to Asgard to stop Ragnarok, the destruction of his homeworld, and the end of Asgardian civilization at the hands of an all-powerful new threat, the ruthless Hela. Okay, guys,
bet you Hela's
after seeing this trailer, so many questions are racing through my mind. Why is Thor's what's happening to Thor? What is happening to Thor? Why is his hammer being destroyed? What's going on with his homeworld? How on earth is Hulk at his homeworld? Why are they fighting each other? Oh my
Like,
god!
hey, I know this guy.
Oh my
mean,
god!
it's-
This is great.
It's not the first time Thor would have lost his hammer.
And then not only that, you have 80s styled logos. 80s styled logos popping out at you. That is great.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this one thing that just is the icing on the cake with the cherry on top for me and Krüz. They're using Led Zeppelin as the
Hell
song.
yeah.
They used Immigrant Song. Like, the best thing they could have
Fucking
done would have been,
finally.
to use Twilight of the Thunder God by Amon Amarth. But then, that wouldn't have fit in, for a
That's
movie
not
trailer.
as
Well
known.
well known.
Well, it's not necessarily that. I mean, it's Mon Amarth's most well-known song, but I mean, it would have been overpowering for the trailer. But we come from the land of the ice and snow, where the hot springs go and the midnight sing blow.
You
So-
got that
So
50 ways wrong.
Yeah, I mixed
So-
it up.
so do we want to see this movie?
Duh.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
You really want to see this movie, Krüz?
Yeah.
Like, were you just laughing when Chris Hemsworth's character is just going, yes, we know each other. He's a friend from work.
Yeah.
You were just like, yes. So you are
Yes.
very happy so you do want to see this movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I cannot
Because
wait.
we're back in the swing of things with the Avengers.
Yes, we are. But all of our questions, unfortunately, are still being unanswered, so we'll have to wait for an official trailer. This is probably just a teaser.
Of
Speaking of teasers, we have one final trailer to show you guys.
There it is.
I'm
The
sure you
Force
guys have all seen this trailer the second it came. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Continuing
The Force
off
Awakens, The Last Jedi.
from Episode 7, The Force Awakens, Rey trains with Luke Skywalker to use the Force and become a Jedi in order to continue fighting off the First Order.
Why does this sound familiar?
Not really.
How did...
The New Order, Testament. I don't know.
No. It's that Luke Skywalker is either getting trained or he's training someone. I wonder...
Maybe that's just a movie trope
Maybe it's just a
within
movie
Star
trope.
Wars. It's Star Wars thing. It's a Star Wars thing. Luke Skywalker is always involved with training in
So
some
what do you-
form or another.
So what do you guys have to say about this particular movie?
I mean, we all heard the last lines of the trailer, right?
Yeah. We'll just have to see
That
what
just
this
raises
movie
more
has in
questions for
store.
me.
Yeah, but you're both seeing this movie, right?
Duh.
Hell yeah.
I'm seeing it in theaters.
Oh, and I saw Rogue One recently. Just finally got that squared away.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually really enjoyed
I
Rogue
did.
One.
I thought it was really well done, especially if they brought James Earl Jones back for that.
I'll just this is my unpopular opinion. You can take Darth Vader away from that film and it would change nothing. The film is already perfect on its own.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but
it's just a little cameo for him, mostly. It's just with that, mostly in that one scene. But you have like James Earl Jones just having that, even those one or two lines in it, that's just icing on the cake there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do not choke on your own aspirations.
Yeah.
Do not
Do
choke
not
on
check
your own
on your
aspirations.
I'm surprised he's. But I will have to. But I think what I just really enjoyed it because I love the characters. It would have been so cool if they made the blind guy a Jedi, and I know all the Jedi is pretty much destroyed, so you can't really have that.
Yeah,
but,
Yes, but
blind guy was
midichlorians,
sick.
dude.
what?
Yes, but you're completely forgetting about midichlorians.
We don't talk about metachlorians, okay?
You do realize I'm joking, right?
Yeah, metachlorians don't exist in Star Wars. Move on. But anyway, that is it for our coming attractions, and I guess we can move on to our thought of the week. We do have something that we would like to, announce and pretty much tell a little bit of history about a special someone that is very, very near and dear to our hearts.
Especially with the Star Wars celebration day or week or whatever happening recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In her 1977 breakthrough with two other actors, she became a household name to Hollywood within a matter of hours, moments after the greatest revolutionary film that changed the film industry forever was released, and within the 2 years would reprise her roles as the beloved character we all knew and loved in two more films back-to-back. She was the product of Hollywood royalty of two of the biggest stars in cinema and had played in many film and television roles, but would always be remembered for her biggest work as our beloved princess. This is Carrie Fisher. Carrie Frances Fisher was born on October 21st, 1956 in Burbank, California to actors and singers Debbie Reynolds and Eddie Fisher. Although her parents were divorced when she was 2 years old, she found herself lost in reading books and writing poetry, and in high school would be known for starring in Broadway plays and musicals, which normally interfered with her school life and the fact that her mother was an actress and would usually help her handle the added effect. In 1975, at age 19, she had her first film debut in Shampoo that starred Warren Beatty and was also in a casting call with George Lucas to play in a science fiction film that very few people believed in, known as Star Wars, playing the beloved character of Princess Leia along with two other actors, Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford, who played Luke Skywalker and Han Solo respectively. The Princess with Buns and her co-stars later became friends after the first Star Wars film premiered, being a critical and financial success, and would go on to make two more films that resulted in a bombastic climax during the dark hours of Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, and the strong, powerful note that ended with Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, despite being in many minor film and television roles, such as When Harry Met Sally, Roseanne, and the horrendous Star Wars Holiday Special. Princess Leia would be her most remembered role of all. Sadly, though, it seemed Carrie Fisher had a fall from grace when she revealed her diagnosis of bipolar disorder and was known for using cocaine as well as other prescribed medication during her big film career in order to appear normal as the person they loved. However, she later became an honorary board member for the International Bipolar Foundation, and in 2014 received the Golden Heart Award for her work with the Midnight Mission for helping the community on Skid Row. Over the years, Carrie wrote several novels and screenplays and was a supporter of advocate for several causes, including women's advocacy, animal rights, and LGBT causes. She was open about her experiences caring for friends who suffered from AIDS and was known for contributing financially to various AIDS and HIV organizations. In 2012, after Disney bought the rights to Lucasfilm, which owned Star Wars at the time, Carrie would reprise her role as Leia in 2015 in Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Unleashed, with the same cast she knew and loved, with the two new main actors, Daisy Ridley and John Boyega, who played Rey and Finn. Despite her old age...
Force Unleashed?
The Force Unleashed is a video game.
Oh.
It's The Force Awakens.
Oh, right.
I apologize. It is The Force Awakens. My bad. I do apologize. Please forgive me. It is The Force Awakens. Despite her old age and frail look, she stuck it to the man and played our beloved princess we all knew and loved, despite not being a princess in the film to begin with, and celebrated with her cast and crew at numerous conventions, answering questions on how it felt to make movies and how they remain friends even to this day. Unfortunately, things took a turn for the worst on December 23rd, 2016, when Carrie Fisher entered cardiac arrest during a flight from London to Los Angeles. just 15 minutes after the plane had landed and was rushed in Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. Despite 4 days in the intensive care unit, Fisher died on December 27, 2016 at 8:55 a.m. She was 60 years old. The ruling was cardiac arrest deferred, which was more likely than not have been tied with her cocaine and drug addiction during her early career. The icing on the cake, however, was that a day later, her mother, Debbie Reynolds, also had sadly passed away due to a stroke, most likely due to a heartbreak of her daughter's death, but Todd Fisher, Carrie's brother, later had stated that she just left to be with Carrie. Carrie's death had hit the Star Wars community extremely hard. Her actors and directors that she worked with expressed great sorrow and joy of all things she accomplished throughout life. Fans held lightsaber vigils that held at many different sites honoring her memory. Her final film role will be Episode 8, The Last Jedi, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem like she will have a role in Episode 9, which begs the question as to what will happen in the very end of how Star Wars will close its presumed final chapter. Despite this, Carrie Fisher will live on in our memories, for she is not gone. She simply became one with the Force. As Master Yoda once said, "Death is a natural part of life. Rejoice for those around you who transform into the Force. Mourn them do not, miss them do not. And while it may be hard not to mourn her or miss her, we will always remember her. The Force will be with you, Carrie, always." So, what do you have to say to that?
You forgot her role in the Blues Brothers.
Well, that.
Bruce Brothers. Nice.
Yeah, she was in the Blues Brothers. She actually played a
did
bigger
not.
character than you thought.
I did not know that. That's.
Wait, you people
That's
haven't
interesting.
seen the Blues Brothers, haven't you?
I've seen parts of it. I've seen some of it. I don't
You
know.
need to watch
See, I
it all
haven't
the way
seen
through.
Yeah, I'll have to just see where Carrie Fisher was in that. Yeah. I saw a post of something like about what you. There comes my Balmer accent back again, because I was just in Baltimore earlier. The thing of her mother dying of heartbreak, because I forget which one exactly it was, but one of the the older movies, that when Leia and Luke were born, that her mother died of heartbreak or something immediately after they're born, and then someone showed that happened in real life, and like that was kind of eerie, but also kind of it's almost like the prophecy came to pass, something like that. But I mean, she's absolutely a fantastic actress. Just probably one of, if not one of the most iconic actress in American film history. She's pretty high up there, at the very least.
And what do you have to say? What do you have to say regarding it, Naka? Regarding Carrie Fisher? Like, to me, when Carrie Fisher died, and then Debbie Reynolds died, it was pretty much the biggest fuck you to 2016 ever.
Of course.
Implemented. Yeah. I mean,
kidding me?
what do you have to? Do you think is it going to be hard to watch The Last Jedi?
It will be a bit. It was actually a little rough, the ending of Rogue One, which I'm not going to spoil.
Yeah.
But Princess Leia's character does make an appearance, and it just...
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Well, you just spoiled it.
Well, yeah. That's so cool. So cool.
I'm just saying that Leia makes an appearance. I'm not saying how or what she does. But it was a little hard to watch afterwards. It was a little hard to watch in that moment. It was just, it was basically one of the last times we'll ever see Princess Leia on screen ever.
Yeah.
And while it wasn't actually
So,
Carrie Fisher, they used like facial recognition and a whole bunch of other CGI magic that actually works.
Yeah, I thought
Right.
they used maybe used some old footage, maybe superimposed it, something. I mean, maybe they did. But whatever they did, that was kind of, a cool, subtle shout out to Carrie Fisher.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be hard to watch Star Wars without her, but I think along with what they did in Furious 7, they're going to pull a tribute to Carrie Fisher at the end of The Last Jedi.
Yeah, they probably will.
Because it's the right thing to do. And, you know, it was 4 decades since A New Hope came out. Think about that. It turns 40 this year, and it's the last time we'll ever see Carrie Fisher on the big screen.
Yeah, on May 25th. Yeah, May 25th, 1977.
I bet you
So May 25th,
I bet you theaters are just going to be like, it's been 40 years since one of the biggest hits of all time released. We're going to have screenings.
That would be really cool.
I think on
do
May
that.
4th and May 25th.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I do agree to that, and it's going to be sad not to see her in Episode 9. In fact, it may only be possible that we only get to hear what happens to her. We don't really get to see her in the movie, and, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's really all I have to say regarding that. So,
Gone but not forgotten.
gone but not forgotten. With that is our show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have any mail?
We do not.
All right. Well,
Emails
Yeah.
are like hot pockets. They're full of garbage and cheese.
yeah, you
People
know,
don't watch Strong Bad in here, do you?
I don't watch Strong Bad, sorry. But anyway, that's really all I have to say, you know, regarding this episode. We've already done 12 episodes. Can you believe it, guys? We've done 12 episodes, and we're not even sure when we're going to stop.
Yep, we're going strong.
Yeah, do you guys, like, when do you guys want to stop? Because I feel like we're going strong. I feel like we're
going
having
strong.
fun. And
I think
We are having
maybe
fun. I want to take a little bit. I want to take about more of let's say about the end of May, and then we could call it, just because June is going to be one of the busiest months of my life ever.
Yeah, I was thinking
Okay.
maybe. I was thinking more mid-May, but I think
Because I'm going to have to deal with finals, final projects, final tests,
do
graduating.
you want to say at the end of May, or?
Yes, like
maybe around then.
the last episode.
So
Like
I'm
the last
looking.
Sunday
I'm looking
in
at a
May.
calendar. I'm looking at a calendar right now. So including this week, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're saying the end of May, it would be 5 more.
Hmm.
So we'll see what happens. But I'm thinking at least 2 or 3 more.
Mhm.
Got to do. Because I don't know when I'll eventually pick up some job, start working. I'm not sure about maybe the schedule. So I'm probably going to be after mid-May is when I may start working.
Mhm.
See what I did there? Unintentional pun. We'll see.
Unintentional fun.
I'm down. I'm fun. It's unfair, not fun fair. I'm down for at least 2 more episodes. But we'll work that out. But at the end of the day, there's going to be more set. Don't you guys worry.
Yeah, there will be more set.
Please
Fucking
don't.
shit.
Oh, God.
Did you see my comment earlier? I said, Set does not condone if.
Yeah,
Just
I think
Might
we,
want to avoid
Memorial
Memorial Day
Day.
weekend.
that's fine
Oh boy.
because it's Memorial Day.
What day is it on?
Memorial
day
Day
is
is
it
always
on?
on a Monday. It's gonna be. It's closer. It's like
The
the last weekend of May. It is literally, that's what Memorial Day is. It's always been the last weekend of May.
Okay, well, that's not too bad. But it's not on Sunday, is it?
Memorial Day weekend is a weekend event.
Oh.
There's no
I don't
school
wanna-
on Monday.
Oh, well, I don't want to avoid
There's a Sunday
that.
night NASCAR race, and I am not missing the Coca-Cola 600, and I'm not missing the Indianapolis 500, and I'm not missing the Monaco Grand Prix.
Hmm. All right, and yeah, with that, let's hope there's more set. And I love how Zach is saying podcast all night. Yeah, I wish we could do that.
Living after midnight, rocking till the dawn. But yeah, furthermore, coming up this weekend, I'm gonna be there. Closing ceremonies, by the way, it's supposed to end at, I believe, 5 or 6. So it's gonna be the same thing as like this weekend. definitely going to be back in time for set. If I have to leave early, then so be it. But yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Yep.
But anyway, that is our show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry we don't have any mail, but if you do want to send us an email, send us a letter, please send us an email at subwooferentertainment@gmail.com. We would love to read what you have wrote for us if you're asking us a personal question. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter at subwooferet and go on Tumblr. Just type in Subwoofer Entertainment Treehouse, and you'll be sure to follow us. And just be sure to follow us on Tumblr there.
Do a 24-hour stream. Oh boy, that'll end well.
That isn't.
I don't know.
I don't know if we can do that.
I believe by damn it, I don't know if my I might have to do it on another computer. Might have to do it on iMac to, just for the sake of having enough power to keep it going. Fry the battery on my MacBook right here. But I believe we could do it. It's just a matter of, having the time to and getting enough energy drinks and shit to get us through the 24-hour.
I've never pulled an all-nighter, so...
Yeah. We're not saying we're going to do it. We're not saying it's not going to happen. Just not anytime soon. Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's a fun idea.
But anyway, that's really all I have to say regarding it. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, this has been Subwoofer Entertainment Treehouse. Thank you for joining us. My name is Scarfy.
I'm Naka.
And I am Krüz.
And we will see you guys next Sunday, same time, same place. Have yourselves a fantastic night, and take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.